Hey guys, today we dive straight into the savage dawn clash on the savannah, where lions and hyenas jostle for dominance with a mix of raw power and cunning strategy. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And hey, drop your location and local time in the comments. I'm curious where in the world you're tuning in from. Now, picture yourself trudging through the golden grass as the sun peaks over the horizon, painting everything in that warm, sleepy glow. The air hums with tension. Lions, the iconic kings of the savannah, command attention with their regal manes and thunderous roars that roll like low thunder across the plains. Yet, just beyond the cracked earth and thorny acacias, the ever-present hyenas circle, masters of scavenging but fierce hunters in their own right. This rivalry is ancient, an endless game of brinkmanship. You can almost hear the silent conversation between them, growls, sneers, and the subtle shift of body language as they negotiate territory without words. What's fascinating here is how these creatures embody natural engineering marvels: lions with their muscular builds designed for bursts of speed and strength, and hyenas boasting jaws that can crush bones like brittle twigs, a mechanical wonder of nature's own making. Watching them strategize reminds you of a chess game played at 50 miles per hour, where each move is life or death. And above the ground, in the wide-open blue, the aviation grandeur of the African fish eagle punctuates the morning air with its piercing call, an orchestra conductor's note guiding the unfolding drama. The savannah's dawn is alive with every sense, and you're right in the middle of it. The river is a battlefield all its own, where crocodiles and hippos wage silent wars over watery territories that ripple with raw, unfiltered power. You step closer to the bank, feeling the sticky heat and the sharp tang of mud mingled with water, a natural engineering marvel in its own right, sculpted over millennia to support life's relentless push. Hippos, those lumbering giants with surprisingly sleek forms, are the unsung architects of the river, their massive bodies shaping channels and protecting young calves with fierce determination. But lurking beneath the muddy surface, crocodiles embody a different kind of marvel. Their armored bodies and hydraulic jaws snap shut with the precision and force of the most advanced machinery humans have dreamed of creating. These reptiles don't just wait for prey, they engineer ambushes with patience that would shame even the most seasoned military strategist. Watching a crocodile glide through the water is like observing a stealth submarine in slow motion, every scale and muscle a testament to evolution's greatest hits. At times, the two giants meet in a charged standoff, each unwilling to yield the watery realm. Hippos charge with surprising speed, jaws agape in a mechanical display of intimidation, while crocodiles respond with sudden lunges that send splashes flying like missiles. This daily duel is as much about survival as it is about respect, the kind that only the savannah's fiercest can command. Overhead, the engineering marvel of a helicopter buzzing nearby, a reminder of human attempts to tame and observe this wild kingdom, casts fleeting shadows on the shimmering river. And soaring high above all, the regal African fish eagle watches with the grandeur of true aviation royalty, the sound of its call weaving into the symphony of survival. Now, the savannah's fragile balance shifts as livestock graze beneath acacia trees, where the silent language between herders and predators unfolds like an ancient treaty. You stand just beyond the thorn fence, feeling the heat shimmer off dusty earth, watching how humans and wild animals communicate without words. The herder's sharp whistles and rhythmic claps echo across the plain, signals crafted over generations to warn and protect. It's a primitive kind of engineering marvel, sound waves as tools of survival. Lions prowl nearby, muscles coiled like finely tuned machines, assessing risks with the patience of master engineers. Their eyes flicker with that slow-burning calculation, aware that every move could tip the scales between feast and famine. Hyenas linger at the edges, their laughter like calls a warning and a challenge wrapped into one. You witness a tense standoff where predator, prey, and protector engage in a dance choreographed by instinct and necessity. This natural communication extends beyond sound, the language of scent marks, paw prints, and even the sway of tall grasses carry messages in a cryptic code only the savannah's inhabitants fully understand. Imagine this as a sprawling network of signals, far more complex than any wireless system humans have designed. Above, the aviation grandeur continues with a squadron of vultures riding thermals, their silhouettes cutting sharp shapes against the endless sky. They're nature's cleanup crew, engineers of the ecosystem, ready to swoop in and recycle life when the cycle turns. And nearby, a single honey buzzard, another marvel of flight, glides effortlessly, a silent guardian in the endless communication web between sky and land. Your boots crunch softly through the brittle grass as you tilt your gaze skyward. The air feels lighter up here, clearer, as if even the sky is holding its breath. Above you, the savanna's true tacticians claim their domain: raptors, scavengers, and feathered assassins. Their wings slice the horizon with majestic indifference, each glide and dip a message written in wind. You're not just looking at birds, you're watching airborne architects, creatures that marry grace with a kind of cold, precise violence. First to greet you is the martial eagle, a beast of a bird that dwarfs its prey with talons like metal grapples. You watch as it folds those wings, a marvel of aviation engineering, and dives like a missile, plucking a monitor lizard from the ground in a clean, surgical strike. That moment of descent, when silence drops just before impact? It's the savanna's version of a drum roll. And just like that, the audience, zebras, impalas, even the scavengers, pauses. Then come the vultures, hunched and hideous, yet impossibly elegant in the sky. They ride thermals like engineers surfing invisible escalators, each feathered adjustment conserving energy in a dance of decay and rebirth. You notice how they never land first, waiting for the signal from below, perhaps a lion stepping away, or the final twitch of a downed buffalo. Timing is everything in their world. And among them flits a smaller shadow, the kestrel. Not as flashy, but deadly accurate. It hovers like a drone with feathers, using head stabilization that would put modern surveillance tech to shame. Another engineering marvel, right in front of you, fine-tuned by millions of years rather than a research lab. The sun starts to dip, and the sky turns that ridiculous mango orange, like someone spilled juice across the clouds. The air chills. And somewhere far off, the deep croak of a ground hornbill marks the slow descent into night. The savanna does not sleep. It merely shifts its shape, its tone softens, its shadows stretch, and its rules bend. You crouch low now, ears attuned to the hush that follows dusk, a quiet charged with hidden intention. The golden heat has cooled into a bruised purple silence. Lions, once brash and thunderous, become whispers in the tall grass. Hyenas no longer cackle, they murmur in low tones, coordinating in darkness with eerie precision. You sense the shift beneath your feet. This is no longer a world of dominance, but survival. Watering holes become contested kingdoms, lit only by moonlight and the sudden splash of conflict. A solitary crocodile slips on a shore, its scuts catching glints of silver like armor plates. And from the deeper dark, a hippo bellows, not a call of war now, but a warning of presence. A truce of sorts exists here, the predators have eaten, the scavengers have fed, and the air tastes of uneasy peace. Even the livestock settle. You pass a small herd, fenced by thorn bushes and watched over by a boy who never fully sleeps. He dozes sitting up, a spear across his lap, aware that protection tonight depends not on shouting, but on stillness. This quiet vigilance is another form of engineering, a human adaptation to the rhythm of the wild. Above, the stars will slowly into place. A bat-winged owl flutters past with ghostly silence, and a pair of nightjars hum low to the earth, their strange wingclaps echoing like heartbeat sonar. The sky becomes a highway of shadowy travelers, owls, bats, beetles with metallic clicks, each an example of aviation grandeur wrapped in the quiet brilliance of camouflage and stealth. The savanna's language shifts to lullabies and breath. You, too, begin to move more slowly now. Because here, even the act of surviving is a kind of sacred whisper. And now, as the last of the moonlight drapes itself over the swaying grass, you realize something: survival here isn't loud. It isn't always teeth and claws, growls and chases. Sometimes it's the soft rustle of feathers, the cautious blink of an antelope, or the quiet patience of a herder sitting through the night with only the stars for company. You've walked among giants, hippos that build rivers with their bodies, crocodiles that move like ancient machines. You've watched lions calculating, hyenas scheming, birds carving through skies like jet streams painted by the gods. And all of it, every moment, whispered the same language: adapt or disappear. It's humbling, isn't it? To know that everything here, every feather, paw, and claw has been refined by time, pressure, and sheer will. We build skyscrapers, launch rockets, design drones with surgical precision. Yet here, in this wild cathedral of dust and shadow, nature still holds the patent. So as your eyelids grow heavy and your thoughts drift like wind across the savanna, remember, out here, everything speaks. In scent trails, in wing beats, in the pause before the pounce. The language of survival isn't just primal, it's poetic. You don't need to understand every sound to feel it. You only need to listen. Now take a breath. Let it out slow. Let the night carry you.